Hi, what's going on, everybody? Mario here. Guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about challenge coins. Tell you a little bit about the history of them, how they kind of all started. I believe it goes back to even World War I when they started a unit started that in World War I, and it was like an emblem or crest of a unit. And this kind of helped like somebody who got captured by the French or whatever. He was like a POW or whatever the case may be. And the French were about to execute this guy, but he had this one coin. And the coin had the emblem of his unit, and that was one of the things that kind of saved him, because one of the other French soldiers found out, could recognize the coin and the emblem, and they did further investigation, found out he was American. So yes, Americans are kind of like the ones that started this whole challenge coin thing. So every unit seems to me like they have their own challenge coin. I'm going to share with you some of the ones that I've gotten. I actually had a lot more, but I also have a tendency of recognizing those who have helped me. So most of the time, if I receive the coin from like a general or a colonel, whatever the case may be, I usually would pass it down, to my squad leader or my team leader, because without them, I wouldn't be able to do what I was able to do or accomplish the things that I have. But I do have some that I saved up because they were a bit meaningful, and just wanted to share those with you guys. They're all very different in the design and the things that they do. Every one of them is designed for their unit. And majority of the guys that start this are usually like the captains, company commanders, first sergeants, and then it moves up onto sergeant majors and up, to the point that even the president of the United States has his own coin. So the other purpose of the coin is just so that you have one with you. Another thing that goes with the challenge coin is that if you're at a bar or something like this, and somebody pulls out their challenge coin, everybody pulls theirs out, and whoever doesn't have one has to buy a round. There's other mints out there, guys, and they're all very cool. It's a good little tradition that we got going on in the military. This is not just an army thing. This is pretty much branches. Pretty much all branches of the military have this. I'm going to share with you. I think I have like 10 or 11 coins here that I kept. I must have received quite a few. I would probably say about 20. I've also received coins from friends of mine, like Crazy Scotsman sent me some that were very nice. But I did not include those in here because those, although those were given to me as a token of their appreciation towards my service, these were actually given to me by somebody in the military. So I just wanted to kind of relate that to you guys. So let me discuss some of the things. Some of them are colored. Some of them don't have any color, but they do have the designs of each unit and what they're all about. So I'm going to start with this one that I received from the National Guard Bureau Sergeant Major. And this one is commemorating all of us who were in Iraq and Afghanistan. I apologize if it doesn't look that good, just so you guys can see it. They're very detailed. This was actually given to me by one of the sergeant majors who works at the National Guard Bureau. He came down and presented them to me, and as you guys can see, it has a serial number on them. So this is pretty cool. This is one that I received because I actually deployed with the National Guard unit back in 2008. And it was good. So good times there. All right. So this one I received from the Association of the United States Army, which I am a member of. This one is the coin that I received from the Master Sergeant for the chapter, which is Leroy Arthur Petrie, um, who's a Congressional Medal of Honor winner. He's from California. He was a you see this emblem right here. This is Special Forces. So pretty cool stuff. This one is probably one of my oldest ones that I have here. This is when I was in 1st Cavalry Division. As you guys can see, it has a little bit wear and tear. This is from the mid-90s. This is from 2nd Battalion, 12th Cavalry, 1st Cavalry Division. And if you look in the back, it has an M1 tank, and it says 212. And our slogan was "Charge on." So whenever we saluted, we would say "Charge on, sir, ma'am," and it was just a little thing that everybody kind of identified themselves with. And as you guys can see, this is the emblem of the 12th Cavalry. The 12th Cavalry goes back to early 1800s. Okay, so let's move on. I also received this one. This was actually from a chaplain. Chaplain was very cool. He helped me through some very tough times, and he gave me this coin because I was able to kind of initiate a lot of things to boost the morale for soldiers, So this one was given to me by the chaplain, and I kept it because I just felt that it was a very cool thing to have. Now, this one's actually given to me by because we have a lot of civilian contractors working in Iraq, and I made really good friends with this guy. And so this is kind of like his coin, and it was kind of like a coin that he wanted to just kind of mess around with, something for him to remember him by. So this is kind of cool. So it says here, before 6 beers, after 6 beers. So I kept this one because this civilian contractor was actually one of the coolest guys in the world, man. He actually saved our ass plenty of times. So let's start talking about coins from other branches. So this one's for you, Bearded CB. Remember I told you, this one was given to me by a chief from the 7th Seabees out of Port Hueneme. And as you guys can see, there's the seals of the chief petty officers. And I believe he was this one. I think it's a Master Chief or something like that. Not very familiar. But we became really good friends with the Seabees, man. So the Seabees were kind enough to give me a coin. I wasn't expecting it. I thought that was the coolest shit in the world, but that was cool. This one I received from the LAPD. I received this one from one of their like a 2-star guy. I don't know what they are, like assistant chief or some shit like that. But anyways, this is their coin, and I helped them with the recruiting events where we were trying to get some of our guys to join join the LAPD. And he was kind enough to give me this one here, just as a token of appreciation. I ended up having like 3 or 4 of my soldiers. No, it was 4 of our soldiers that ended up joining LAPD, and 3 are still in the force. So it's kind of cool. I thought it was awesome. This one, let's try this one. This one was given to me by the Order of the Purple Heart here in my hometown in Bakersfield. Now, this was actually given to me by a line of 6 or 7 guys that are Purple Heart recipients. I don't want to go too much into detail, but I recently found out that I'm actually eligible for a Purple Heart. And I'm really kind of hesitant about, applying for it because, I don't know. I felt that if I didn't get it when I was in Iraq, I shouldn't deserve it now. But it is what it is. But anyways, here's a coin. This is a very cool coin. I kept it because one of the guys that's in this chapter happens to be one of my soldiers. All right, so let's go. Oh, we got another one from another branch. This one is from the 15th MU. It's a Marine Expeditionary Unit. We actually supported the 15 MU, and this was given to me by their Sergeant Major. So this is something I will definitely cherish. The 15 mu. I work with a couple of Marine Expeditionary units. I work with the 24th and I work with the 15th, and these guys are all cool motherfuckers, man. We all like to shoot shit, and I know that there's always that shit talking that goes between the Marines and the Army, man. But we're all one force, and we love our flag. So shout out to all the Marines out there. Okay, so I'm gonna get this one. This one's actually given to me by the Sergeant Major of the 198 Cavalry Squadron. These guys are actually from South Carolina. They're a National Guard unit, and this is their actual patch. They actually are from Georgia, I believe. So when they relieved us, they were I was helping a lot of their guys, going through the transition of what we did in the military in Iraq, and getting them up to speed. And their sergeant major gave me this coin. He says he really appreciated all the help that I gave his troops in making sure that they got to where they needed to get. This one's pretty cool. I really love this one. I've been with the 1st Battalion, 185th Armor, and then 185th Infantry for a long, long time, guys. That has been one of the units that I've been with for a long time. It's near and dear to my heart. What I like about them is, even though they're a National Guard unit, they do a lot more training than most National Guard units do. They belong to the 81st BCT, or now it's called the Striker Battalion, Striker Force Battalion, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But they've always been, I had the pleasure of deploying twice with them and had a great time. And what you guys see here, this is a sprocket, right? This is similar to what a sprocket on an M1 tank would be. So as you guys can see, you see the armor and the infantry insignias. This is the battalion crest, and this is your Iraqi Freedom ribbon that you have in your uniform. So, and in the back, as you guys can see, it was presented to me by this one was presented to me by the actual battalion commander, which is Lieutenant Colonel. I have another one of these that I got presented to me by the Sergeant Major. I ended up putting that in one of my Iraqi Freedom plaques that I have over there. So it was pretty cool. And of course, I've been with different companies within the 185th Infantry or Armor. This happened to be one when they were called Able Company. So this is Alpha Company. So it was called Able Company, 1st Battalion, 185th Combined Arms Battalion. And in the back it says, "It's good to be the king." And you can see this was presented to me by the company commander. So obviously I'm going to keep that. Now this one is near and dear to my heart. This is the second time I deployed with 185th Armor. And I was in Charlie Company. And Charlie Company was called the K-Man. And as you guys can see, it says OIF, and it has the time we were there, 8. And it says MMF's me motherfuckers. In the back, it says distinguished member of the unit. And if you guys can see, it has the number 1. Now, I was the number 1 because I was in charge of all of their administrative stuff at that time. So they presented me the first coin, and that was kind of cool because even the company commander was not number 1. What up? Anyways, this one was given to me by the 81st Brigade commander. And as you guys can see, Operation Iraqi Freedom 2. This is the first time I went out there. This was given to me by the colonel. No, actually, it was the brigadier general that gave me this one. And in the back, it talks about the task force, and those little crests are each battalion that was out there. So this was pretty near and dear to my heart. Unfortunately, like 6 months later, after this was presented to me, the brigade commander passed away. So I'm kind of glad I kept that coin. And last but not least, guys, this was given to me by the Central Command General, 4-star General. This is presented to me by General Abizade. And this was the reason why I got this coin is because I was in charge of a raid where, let's just say, we ended up seizing a lot of contraband, and that's all I could say. So yeah. Anyways, guys, so that's it. Those are the coins that I kind of have that are kind of near and dear my heart. I've still been looking at a lot of other ones that I have, but those are the ones that kind of mean the most to me. And I mean, if you've been in the military and you have a challenge coin story, please share. I'd love to know more about your units and what you guys do. I was thankful to, be with a lot of great units, a lot of great people. The one coin I wish to this day I could have kept, and I don't know what the hell got into me, but I actually got a coin from the Sergeant Major of the 160th SOAR. Now, if you guys don't know who the 160 SOAR is, look that shit up. Special Operations Aviation Unit, or whatever the fuck is, like the top-notch fucking unit. This is when I was attached to them. And their Sergeant Major gave me a coin, but at the same time, I kind of felt bad because I wanted, not everybody got one. And, I decided to give it to my team leader, who was a static. But yeah, that's the only coin that I wish and regret I should have kept. But it is what it is, man. I'm sure that my soldiers enjoying that coin. But yeah, it was great. I've enjoyed my military career. It's been a blast, guys. It's been something that I will take to the grave with me, and all the experiences that I had and all the great people that I met through my lifetime. So I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit about my challenge coins that I received over the years. And of course, if you guys know I mess something up in here, just let me know, man. But just be nice about it. Everybody's cool, man. I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you guys all for continue to support my channel. So that's all I got. Like always, God bless you. God bless the United States of America. And I'm out.